Here are the 5 best wet tile saw. So, let's get started. Number 1, most popular. Skil 3550-02 7-inch wet tile saw. Skil is one of the few generally well-known brands that did not abandon the wet tile market in the mid-2000s to mid-2010s due to an inability to figure out how to properly design the product. Many brands all but fled the wet tile saw market, including big names like Bosch and Makita. Though Skil was able to stay in the game by being a consumer-grade power tool manufacturer, and the Skil 3550-02 is a perfect example of this. Though clearly underpowered compared to professional-grade manufacturers, the Skil 3550-02 is still the most powerful and effective consumer-grade tile saw and pushes the boundaries of that definition with a 5-amp motor. Number 2. Skil 7-inch wet tile saw. It will likely surprise some of you to find this out, especially those of you who use tile saws in a professional context, but the Skil 3540-02 is actually the best wet tile saw under $300 we reviewed by customers anyway. Of course, this also has a lot to do with the fact that the Skil 3540-02 is a consumer-grade saw which presents itself as such, meaning that the Skil 3540-02 inherently appeals to a larger consumer base and quickly generates loyalty by being honest. With a 4.5-amp motor that pushes the blade at a maximum of 3,600 RPMs, the Skil 3540-02 also packs a surprising punch when compared to many of the other smaller tile saws. Number 3. DEWALT Wet Tile Saw. Though we named it our editor's choice, we feel the need to mention that the DEWALT D24000 is not strictly speaking the absolute best tile saw, but it will serve as the best for the most people. Of course, that does depend on how much you are willing to spend on a tile saw, but the DEWALT D24000 can cover nearly any job you throw at it with a motor that pushes 1.5 horsepower to spin the blade up to 4,200 RPMs. On top of that, this tile saw also features one of the best cutting capacities with a depth of 3 and rips of 26 and 18 for straight and diagonal cuts respectively. With a 10-inch blade and an amazingly efficient and convenient design, the DEWALT D24000 is more than capable of delivering miter, bevel, and plunge cuts. Number 4. 2.5 horsepower 10-inch industrial tile. As the name implies, it may be a bit surprising to see a product from Chicago Pneumatics on our list, as they do specialize in pneumatic power tools, but their wet tile saw is a breath of fresh air in a market drowning in overpriced mediocrity. With 2.5 HP and a cutting depth of 3.1/2, there are few workpieces that the Chicago Pneumatic cannot chew through with ease. On top of that, this tile saw was made with the highest standards of mechanical and electrical engineering, prolonging its lifespan well beyond most of its peers. Number 5. Lackmond Beast Wet Tile Saw. Lackmond may not have the same name cache as DEWALT or Makita, but it is a company which specializes in manufacturing power tools to work with stone. For one, this tile saw can churn with a 2.4 HP motor that can push its blade up to 4,200 RPMs. On top of that, the body of this tile saw is made of die-cast aluminum for both stability and durability, while the body is then rubberized in strategic locations for further stability and work safety. Finally, this tile saw features the deepest cutting depth on our list at 3/3/4, as well as respectable straight and diagonal rip cut lengths of 24 and 18, respectively, and the Lackmond Beast can make every cut you would expect to.
Thanks for watching the video.